reported. Amid the partial government shutdown, the Senate voting to strip itself of a big bonus that senators get when traveling. Here's ABC's Dave Packer.
It's another perk for Capitol Hill lawmakers.
Airports around the country allow members of Congress to bypass the usual TSA security screening process at airports nationwide.
But a new bill to take away that privilege until TSA agents get paid again passed the Senate unanimously. It's sponsored by Senator John Cornyn.
Maybe, just maybe, if Congress has to live under the same laws that everybody else does, it will motivate us to get our work done.
The bill would still have to pass the House and get the president's signature. Dave Packer, ABC News.
A new independent film in Hollywood will use a generative AI version of actor Val Kilmer, who died last year. Kilmer's family says he was cast in the film before his death and gave producers permission to use his voice and likeness using AI to finish it. Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Offer not valid in all states or where prohibited by law. Loans are subject to lender approval. See website for details.
Honey, our credit card bill came and it's higher than last month.
How? We haven't charged anything.
Paying the minimum isn't enough. It will keep getting higher until we take control. We need to go to 47fastcash.com.
With our bad credit?
47fastcash.com can help any credit type get approved for up to $5,000 in minutes.
Take control and get the money you need at 47fastcash.com. 47fastcash.com.
WSJM News Now. Team coverage from the WSJM Newsroom on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM.
Good morning. It's 7:05. Zack in for Ken this morning, and we have Carrie Peugeot from WSBT calling for mostly cloudy skies with a 20% chance of light rain showers, which apparently is hard to say. Highs near 60. It'll be cooler to the north, warmer to the south. Mostly cloudy and 37 tonight, 65 and partly cloudy on Saturday. Enjoy your first day of spring, Southwest Michigan. We'll have a full sports report from Dave Wolf and an update on the NCAA March Madness going on, at least for our Michigan teams, and also a little check-in with Andrew Green in the newsroom, which happens right now.
In the newsroom. Interviews for the position of Berrien County Administrator will be held next month. Speaking to colleagues on Thursday, Berrien County Commissioner Bob Harrison said the County Personnel Committee has been working on a schedule.
On the schedule sent to us by Chet Janik from the Michigan Leadership Institute, we would do some interviews in the week of April 27th. I know several of the commissioners are going to be attending the Michigan Association of County meeting. And so that would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we would try and schedule those interviews for the Thursday and Friday.
Commissioner Terry Freeling said the board will have to work around the Michigan Association of Counties meeting. The board is seeking to replace former County Administrator Brian Doucette, who left last month after about 5.5 years. Retired Berrien County Prosecutor Michael Sepik is serving as the interim administrator. It was noted at the board's meeting on Thursday. The position of County Administrator is also now posted to the county's website. The Twin Cities Area Transportation Authority is now under new management. Via Transportation officially took over operations of the organization that oversees Benton Harbor's dial-a-ride service on Tuesday. Speaking to the Takata Board of Trustees, Chair Alex Little presented some resolutions to make the transition official. That included agreements granting Via permission to use the Takata name and logo, among other things. He said the board also needed to pass a resolution complying with Federal Transit Administration directives and communicating about the new management.
Takata is in the midst of a transition whereby operations will, as of March 17, be carried out and conducted under contract by Via.
Takata's Tressa Greshak has been appointed as the interim director of Takata. She was previously the deputy director. Takata has now been rebranded as Takata by Via, and more information can be found at a newly designed website, takata.info. Greshak's appointment as interim director is one of the steps the group had to take in order to comply with FTA instructions after the administration froze Takata funding last month. A town hall on healthcare is planned for tonight in Benton Harbor. Berrien County Commissioner Chokwe Pitchford tells us his political action group, Berrien Forward, is organizing the event to talk with residents about their concerns and help connect them with resources to receive care and proactively improve their health.
You have people who are struggling right now and having to choose between paying for groceries or paying their rent and paying for their insurance premiums. But there's a deeper level to this as well, where we also want to equip people with the knowledge of the social services that exist in Berrien County.
Pitchford says a panel of experts on local healthcare options will be at the event to answer questions and offer help. The panelists are Corewell Health South Director of Healthier Communities, Nikki Britton, State Representative Joey Andrews, retired community health worker Margaret Claiborne, and Kaina King, the Senior Project Specialist at Corewell Health. The town hall is set to be held at the Benton Harbor Public Library from 4 to 5:30 p.m. today. Pitchford says this is Berrien Forward's first town hall, and it's planning to do more to help keep the community engaged and informed. In the newsroom, I'm Andrew Green.
In the NCAA tournament, Michigan and Michigan State both advanced in dominant fashion. Top-seeded Michigan rolled past Howard 101-80, whereas Johnson Jr. scored 21 and 10 rebounds as the Wolverines pulled away in the second half. Michigan State beat North Dakota State 92-67. Carson Cooper led the way with 20 points and 10 boards. Both teams play on Saturday. Michigan will face St. Louis at 11:30 on News Talk Sports 94.9 WSJM, and Michigan State will take on Louisville at 1:30 on Cozy Classic at 103.7. NBA, the Pistons beat Washington 117-95, behind 24 points from Jalen Duren, but Detroit will be without Cade Cunningham for at least 2 weeks after a collapsed lung. Cleveland topped Chicago 115-110. NHL, the Red Wings beat Montreal 3-1, with Alex DeBrincat scoring the go-ahead goal, and Chicago beat Minnesota 2-1 for their first win against the Wild in 7 years. And in high school sports, Brandywine fell in the Division III semifinals to Lumen Christi, 51-33. With sports, I'm Dave Wolf.
If you can drive it, we can fix it. Leroy's Body Shop.
At Leroy's Body Shop in St. Joseph, there's a new face you'll want to meet. Bob. He's the new manager, and he's ready to help you get your car looking like new again. Whether it's a fender bender, a little scrape, or a big repair, Bob and the team have the skills to get you back on the road with confidence. So when your vehicle needs a body shop, don't stress it. Go see Bob in St. Joe. That's Leroy's Body Shop in St. Joseph.
You can drive it, we can fix it. Leroy's Body Shop.
Midwest Family Marketing and Media is proud to support local nonprofits like the Friends of Berrien County Animal Services through our March 4th campaign. All month long, we're shining a spotlight on organizations like this one, making a real difference right here in our community. We're excited to share their story and encourage you to learn more, support their mission, and find out how you can get involved. Special thanks to the Mason Jar Cafe that's helping us share the story of Friends of Berrien County Animal Services. Check out our Facebook page to watch the video and join us as we March 4th together.
At Belke Heating and AC, we're committed to your comfort and to helping you save money. This is John Nedaba from Belke. This month, when you buy one of our high-efficiency heating and air conditioning systems, we'll give you a free 5-year service plan. That's free system maintenance for 5 years. Our service includes a thorough seasonal cleaning, tune-up, and safety check. It will extend the life of your system and help you avoid costly and inconvenient breakdowns. Your heating and AC will run more efficiently, helping you save on energy bills. And regular maintenance will help maintain your system warranty. Plus, if you have any problems with your heating or AC, we'll come take a look at no charge. And if you do need a repair, you'll save 15%. Call Belke this month. Save with a new heating and AC system and get total peace of mind for 5 years. Call 269-429-9261.
Hi, my name's Robin Fletcher. I've smoked for 46 years. I went to a seminar in March 27th and seen Mark. My best friend came with me. We both went to it, and neither one of us smoked a cigarette in almost 7.5 months. I took my 3 sisters and my brother-in-law and my sister's best friend and them went. None of them have smoked a cigarette, and I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
My name is Jen Carpenter. I went to a Mark Patrick seminar, the Stop Smoking, and it worked. A friend of mine also went, and he still no longer smokes, and it was just amazing.
Join Mark Patrick Hypnosis and stop smoking now without cravings, irritability, weight gain, or your money back. Only $59.99 guaranteed. Hypnosis designed to work without anxiety, irritability, or weight gain. Only $59.99. Become a non-smoker. That's right. Hypnosis Saturday, April 11th at the Baymont by Wyndham, Notre Dame in South Bend. Stop smoking hypnosis 2 p.m. Weight loss hypnosis 11 a.m. Sign up at markpatrickseminars.com.
Partly cloudy skies today. Brief shower or sprinkle possible. High temperatures near the lakeshore will stay in the low 50s. Inland, we could hit a few spots near 60 degrees, but we will see temperatures drop this afternoon. We'll drop down to 37 overnight tonight, and then tomorrow, a mix of the sun and clouds. High temperatures near 60. A few spots inland could get up to 65. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
Good morning. We're coming up on 7:14. I'm Zack in for Ken this week. WSBT's Carrie Peugeot says that we have that little chance of rain today to open up our first day of spring, but that's okay. First day of spring outweighs everything when it comes to the weather, and we should be seeing the 60s throughout the weekend. We'll dip a little bit into Monday and Tuesday, but back into at least the 50s throughout the midweek portion of things. So I guess we are really entering spring. It definitely feels that way across the region, according to the temperatures already this morning. 47 in Benton Harbor, 46 in St. Joe, 47 in Niles, 48 in South Haven. And we have special guests in the studio, as we do every day at about 7 o'clock, live on our Facebook and YouTube channel. When you search for WSJM, my friends from the Krasl Art Center are here with us today, and that is Tami Fawver and Jamie Balkin. And full disclosure, I am a board member at the Krasl Art Center, so of course I was going to enjoy the opportunity to bring in one of my favorite organizations. But Tami, for people who have certainly heard the Krasl name over the many years that the Art Center and the Art Fair and many other things have existed in the St. Joseph community for years, if they've never visited the Krasl Art Center, what do you do? Because it's a lot.
What do we do?
Yeah, what do
we
you
do?
do?
A lot of really wonderful things.
Yes.
We are an art center, and we are an art museum and a public arts advocate. So we're right off of downtown St. Joseph on Lake Boulevard. We host exhibitions in our galleries. We bring in artists from all over the country. And we also show local artists at times as well. So we have beautiful gallery space. We also have a full roster of classes throughout the entire year. So we have youth camps. We have adult classes. We have a ceramics guild, painting, drawing, printmaking. We have a new print lab that we just opened in our space. So it's a place to come and relax. It's a place to come and learn, to be creative in a non-threatening atmosphere. Our teachers are so welcoming and so wonderful that I have taken classes for subject matters that I knew nothing about. And as the executive director walking into the class, being the amateur, it's a little bit, I have to check my ego. And every time I'm so rewarded, and I learn something from our instructors and in the classroom. And we have great students that come too. So we are a community art center for you to come and enjoy. We're free to visit our galleries, visit the print lab, visit our collections lounge. We just changed up our hours, so we're open later in the evenings now as well. So Tuesday through Friday, we're open from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. So you can come in before or after your dinner date. We will have things for you to see and do. And then we are also open Saturdays 10 to 6. Those are our public hours. We run classes at a whole variety of hours as well.
That's awesome. But in addition to that, not only do you have the Krasl Art Center, and as mentioned, the Art Fair that we've talked about for many years, and we'll talk about more of in a moment, but you now also have the Richard Hutt Center in Benton Harbor that folks have been hearing about here and there in the news as you basically tear apart what's been given to you and piece it back together into something the community can use.
We are
right?
caring for the building. This is true. Yes, this spring we began operations of the Hunt Studio. So it was gifted to us 2 years ago, just before Richard passed. He wanted to see that site continue in the arts, and he wanted it to be a community resource in Benton Harbor. So he gifted that to the Krasl to have us steward its development. The tearing apart that you're mentioning is we have put on a new roof on the building. We did take down some ceiling tiles so we could expose the interior. We removed carpeting. And right now we are making safety improvements to the building so that we can open it to the public. So I could tell you all about fire inspections and security systems and whatnot. But we are planning to open the building this year. We're working with an architect, we're working with the city, and we have a great crew behind the scenes on it. So we look forward to opening up programs and gallery space there to begin with. And a few years out, we are looking forward to offering classes that are unique to that site, different than what we offer at the Krasl Art Center, and hopefully have some studio spaces available as well for rent for artists.
Well, you wouldn't know it from the outside, but you have plenty of space in there to do all those things.
It is bigger than the Krasl. It is 20,000 square feet,
Wow.
and Krasl is 17.5.
I had no idea.
So it is a very large building. It's deceptively large from the outside. but
Well,
it's
we'll-
wonderful.
We'll talk more about the initiative there to really, again, it's a multi-year project. As you said, there are lots of great ideas the community has helped develop for it. It's got its own governing body piece. There's lots of things
Right.
that
Lots
are
of details.
just exciting about it. So we'll talk about that. But as I'm sure people start thinking about warmer weather today, thanks to it being spring, I have been thinking about the art fair along with Jamie, because it's pretty much what Jamie does among many other events at the Art Center. But planning well underway, obviously. You and I have worked on a lot of stuff together, but there are plenty of other people that are coming together even today for the first meeting of the leadership, right?
That's right. Today we kick off Art Fair leadership team meetings. So I looked at my calendar this morning. We're 113 days away from the 64th annual Krasl Art Fair on the Bluff. We'll kick things off Friday night, July 10th, with our block party from 5 to 9. And then on Saturday and Sunday, we'll have artists up and down the Bluff, over 170 artists from throughout the United States.
That's going to be pretty awesome. And the art fair gets better and better every year. I'm a little bit biased. So are you probably, because we're so close to it. But we feel like we have some pretty interesting things that the public can be a part of this year, not only in attending, but certainly being part of the art fair with actual art, right?
Yeah, I'm super excited. We have a tweaks committee that came together, and we've had some great meetings throughout the non-art fair season, I'll call it. And we're partnering with Watermark Brewery, and we're doing a label can design competition for the first time, and really excited about it. So we're going to offer a vodka-based cocktail called the Krasl Handcrafted. And we have a design contest underway right now to create what that label will look like.
It's a pretty interesting idea. And I was thinking about, I'm terrible with drawing or any, I'm an artist in other ways, just not the physical things on paper. But I've seen some creative people in Southwest Michigan that I know are going to want to be a part of this contest.
What I love about this, there's so many things I love about this, but what I love most about it is it brings our locals as part of the art fair. I think that was an element that was kind of missing. We always commission the big artwork from one of our artists that are participating in the fair. So this brings the locals as part of it. And I think the really cool thing is Chris Mason from Watermark kind of came to us with the idea.
Yeah.
And so I love that it's the local community buying in and being more a part of our event.
And if folks want to see more details on this, there's stuff all over social media and certainly krasl.org, right?
Correct. It's right on our homepage, krasl.org.
And what's the deadline if somebody wants to submit some artwork for
April
this?
6th.
Okay.
So coming up.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that it was March 20th already. My goodness. Yeah. So that is a couple of weeks. But they don't need it. Does this need to be something that is like on theme, or is it really like it needs to be an original, or could it be something that somebody used or drew years ago and they just want to put it on a can?
It could be something drawn years ago.
Okay.
Just has to meet the dimensions. It cannot be AI generated. No AI stuff.
Yeah, that
we
makes
want
a lot
original.
of sense. Yes. Because let's be honest, anything AI is putting out these days that's, quote, art, if you've ever tried it, it's nowhere near art. It all looks the same as each other, and it's pretty well identifiable on the internet these days. So, yeah, definitely don't do that. But do something that's important to the artist, maybe important to what they think about the area. Maybe it's art that they were inspired by. Obviously not ripping it off completely, so don't do that. But just any of those kinds of things that would help, really help people connect with the art fair the way that this artist would if they get their design on the can.
That's right. You're nailing it. Some of the mediums that we really see working well with this is painting, hand-drawn, digital, photography, or even graphic design.
Yeah. So there are plenty of opportunities to, at least a few weeks worth of opportunities to get to the website, krasl.org, krasl.org, and just get your submission in and hope that you're going to have it on the can here for this year. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
And part of the reason why I think it's important that we, kind of feature this can a bit is because there will be some more social space at the art fair this year.
We are moving things around a little bit, tweaking some spaces, but new this year at the art fair is going to be a public space. We're calling it a public beer garden for lack of another way to call it. But you'll be able to come have a drink at art fair. We've heard that time and time again. Where can I go just have a drink? Where can I go rest a little bit and have a drink and then go back out and enjoy some more art? So on our grounds at Krasl Art Center, we'll have a public beer space.
It's going to be pretty awesome. And this cocktail will be there
It'll be
featured.
for sale right there.
Fantastic. And plenty of other things that you'll probably be able to snack on from the food trucks and all sorts of other stuff, plus the restaurants downtown. A well-rounded experience, if you will, as usual.
Yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit more art fair for just a moment. Coming up here as we take a quick break at WSJM, it is 7:24.
So, you want a free checking account that pays you a high rate on your balance? Yeah, you do. Would you like 0 monthly maintenance fees and free ATM access nationwide every month you qualify? Thought so. That's what free Thrive Rewards checking is all about. Get yours at Sturgis Bank, your hometown community bank. Visit sturgis.bank to learn more. Qualifications, rules, and limitations apply. Rates, rewards, and restrictions may vary by account. Contact Sturgis Bank for details. Member FDIC.
Looking for something inspiring to do this week? Discover Material Memory, the featured exhibition now through May 10th at the Krasl Art Center. Material Memory explores how stories, history, and identity are carried through the objects we make, using ceramics, fiber, tapestry, and print. It's hands-on, thoughtful work that connects the past, present, and future in really human ways. Admission is free. The Krasl Art Center is open Tuesday through Friday from 1 to 9 and Saturdays from 10 to 6. Material Memory, now through May 10th at the Krasl Art Center.
The shoving, the complaining, the arguing. And you haven't even gotten to the airport yet. They say getting there is half the battle, and traveling with your family can be quite the battle. So let's shorten the getting there part and start your next trip at nearby South Bend International Airport. Parking? Easy. Lines? Easy. Lots of flights? Easy. Book your next easy getaway from South Bend International Airport. FlySBN.com. Happy starts here.
Uh-oh, flashing lights. Maybe it's a police car, an ambulance, or a fire truck. Hassie's Towing reminds you, slow down, move over, and let first responders safely pass, including tow trucks. It could save a life. Who knows, maybe even yours. Let's share the road together. From small cars to double-trailer semis, Hassie's has the equipment and the know-how. For over 66 years, Hassie's Towing, the most trusted and reliable towing service in Southwest Michigan.
Do you like movies? Here on 94.9 WSJM, every Friday morning, get a tip on some of the newest movies now in theaters or streaming with Flick Pick. I'm Andrew Green, and each week I pick one new film I've seen in the last week and give it a review. Whether it's drama, action, horror, sci-fi, or comedy, I'll tell you all about what I've seen and let you know if it's worth your while to check it out. Also, check WSJM.com for an extended version of Flick Pick. It's Flick Pick, the WSJM movie review podcast, every Friday morning here on WSJM.
The Bloomberg Business Minute on WSJM is brought to you by Sturgis Bank and Trust. Let's grow together. Serving Berrien Branch, Kalamazoo, St. Joseph, and Van Buren counties. Now with 2 new locations in St. Joseph, downtown, and on Cleveland Avenue. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This is a Bloomberg Money Minute. Gold is heading for its biggest weekly loss in 6 years. The conflict in the Middle East reducing expectations for interest rate cuts from the Federal Reserve and other central banks. Soaring crude is raising inflation concerns, and that's decreasing the chances that central banks will lower interest rates. Facebook parent Meta will soon cut back on its use of third-party vendors to help with content moderation. The company will rely instead on artificial intelligence systems to detect and remove posts that violate the company's terms of service. Meta says AI is better at spotting scams and identifying celebrity impersonators, among other things. And Amazon is dialing up a new phone. The company is said to be developing a mobile personalization device that can sync with voice assistant Alexa. Amazon launched a smartphone in 2014, but it was scrapped in about a year. According to Reuters, there's no word on the expected price of the phone or the amount of money Amazon has committed to the project. Courtney Donahoe, Bloomberg Radio.
The Morning Show with Ken Lundberg on WSJM.
I'm Zack, pretending to be Ken, and it's 7:28 here at WSJM. Carrie Peugeot at WSBT says we have a 20% chance of light rain showers and 60 today. Cooler north, warmer south. and we're at about 46 across the region here. We've been joined this morning so far with Jamie and Tami from the Krasl Art Center. We've been talking Krasl Art Fair on the Bluff, which is coming up here in July. And I kind of wish it was July right about now, but it is spring, and so it's that. We've at least got some 50s. It's not snowing like it was early in the week, so I should probably just stop complaining. But the warmth of thinking about July is often pretty nice. We've been thinking, at least in terms of the board of directors and the staff at the Krasl, about the art fair. Certainly, it's almost a year-round discussion of sorts. And we just kind of talked a bit in the last segment about the new Oasis idea where folks can stop and take a drink and enjoy things. There are plenty of other great things going on at the art fair. What else is going to be happening this year, Jamie?
So I want to kind of start this segment out just thanking our presenting sponsor, First Source Bank Wealth Advisory Services. We couldn't do the art fair without their support. And we couldn't do the art fair without everyone's support, especially the community. But First Source obviously has been our long-term sponsor. This is my 5th art fair, which is kind of crazy when you think about it. And I was thinking about it this morning. They've all been so different with so many different elements each year. So we've got a well-oiled machine, but it's fun to find tweaks and ways that we can make it better each year. So some of the things that we're working on this year, as you mentioned, was the Oasis area. We're hoping to enhance the entrances a little bit so that people know they're at the art fair, I guess is the best way. When you're walking downtown St. Joe, you just know that you're entering an art fair. Something I'm really proud of and excited to continue this year is we brought the shuttle back. When I took over the art fair, we heard, "Where's the shuttle? How come we don't have a shuttle?" And so last year we were able to bring it back. And this year we're hoping to add another location. So there'll be a location from St. Joe and Benton Harbor. So
good.
Super pumped about that. And thank you for your help with that.
Yes. And thank you to the Michigan Works and Connexus folks who got us connected with their parking lot in Benton Harbor. So
and St. Joe High School was great to work with again on that. So those are just some of the high level ones. Water Street Glassworks will be back on site as they have been in all these years. And for them, it's the fired up kids. This is their chance. They work all year long to sell their work at the art fair. And so this is a culmination of all their work. And it's a great teaching opportunity for those kids at Fired Up program.
That is pretty exciting to have all of these great elements, seeing the art fair grow and improve each year. A reminder to folks who are listening, this is Krasl's largest fundraiser every year. And as you said, in the time that you have been a part of the art fair, it has had all these different elements. Some of that in the during/post-COVID era, there was that admission charge, there were gates. There was a period of time where the art fair was making a fair amount of money from those things, but that is not part of what the art fair has there's no admission charge now. There's suggested donations that would certainly help. But again, sponsors really help offset all these massive costs to put the event together.
That's right. We're in the part where we're reaffirming our sponsors for 2026 and looking for new sponsors. So Monica and our team is out pounding the pavement every day and having meetings and saying, "Hey, will you help us out, pull off this art fair?" So we got some of those sponsors in, and I don't want to start naming them because we'll forget somebody and I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, but stay tuned and we'll have a nice, great list of support that we get to pull off this massive event.
Absolutely. Krasl, yes, please.
I just like to say, every art fair, we're throwing a party for 22,000 of our closest friends. So there's a massive amount of people that come from locally and from afar to see the art fair each year. So it's really rewarding and it is a big undertaking. And so we really do appreciate and love having our local businesses involved. It's a fun event and it's a fun event to be part of.
It sure is.
So,
I began years ago as a volunteer, and then I've been obviously doing work there with our sister station across the hall for many, many years. So it's become second nature for me to be part of it. And we have just a quick moment, but I'd love to remind folks, you can volunteer for the art fair and certainly be among the perks of being first to a lot of things and meeting the artists and certainly getting a nice resting spot and other things when you're at the art fair, plus a cool t-shirt. right?
Oh yeah, those T-shirts are awesome.
Highlighter yellow, my favorite.
A very noticeable t-shirt.
Yes. And how do folks sign up to be a volunteer?
Simply call Krasl or email volunteer@krasl.org.
Okay.
And we'll get you on the list and we'll get it rolling to get you plugged into the job that you want to do.
All right. Let's get some volunteers and some sponsors signed up, and we'll talk a little bit more here about some other great things happening around the Krasl universe, including what's going on at the Richard Hutt Center, with more of the details on what sort of vision is expected for that awesome building in just a little bit here. Let's get to some news first from ABC.
News is next, brought to you by Creative Landscaping and Design, creating landscapes for life for over 50 years. Family owned in Southwest Michigan.
ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. A Kuwaiti oil refinery under fire. Heavy explosions also shaking Dubai as people were observing Eid, the end of the holy month of Ramadan. With that and other Iranian attacks across the Middle East overnight, the flow of oil tankers through the Strait of Hormuz, controlled by Iran, remains at a virtual standstill. ABC's Patrick Reevell has more on the Prime Minister of Japan's visit to the White House.
Japan gets most of its oil from here in the Middle East. Now, the Prime Minister stopped short of committing to send ships to protect tankers to try and reopen the Strait of Hormuz. France did say that it is now willing to send ships to escort tankers, but only once major fighting ends.
On Thursday, Iran hit an American F-35 stealth fighter jet that was on a combat mission over the country. Sources say the pilot was able to make an emergency landing. The fighting is upended oil and gas markets. Price of gas up 99 cents today, higher than it was before the start of the war. This is ABC News.
The Michigan News Network.
I'm Ryan Recker. We're learning that a toddler has died in the western UP. Early Thursday morning, the emergency call came into the sheriff's office that a 2-year-old child died in Ironwood Township, and upon arriving, they confirmed the worst. The details of what happened are not yet released, but Michigan State Police have been called in to investigate, including help from the Marquette Forensic Laboratory. Sheriff's office say that this is a tragic incident, and more information will be released in the future. Health officials are reporting an outbreak of measles in Washtenaw County, defined as 3 or more related cases. It's suspected back to a single infection in a person who recently traveled to Florida. All 3 people, including 2 children aged 5 to 17, were unvaccinated. And power is nearly restored after this week's snow and ice storm in northern Michigan. Consumers Energy has about 5,500 people without power this morning, mostly in Alcona County. I'm Ryan Recker for the Michigan News Network.
You might not have heard about the Michigan Economic Development Corporation grant for your corner coffee shop, but that's how it opened its doors. You might not have read about the MEDC support that preserved your favorite lighthouse, but that's how it regained its shine. And you might not know about the MEDC's investment in your local park, but that's what transformed it into your go-to place to unwind. You may not always see the MEDC support for our state's most beloved moments and opportunities, but you feel it every day. Michigan made, MEDC supported.
Tough, reliable, and ready to work. You were born that way. Kubota is built that way. Our entire ag lineup, featuring versatile tractors and hay tools, powerful skid steer loaders, and the rugged Sidekick utility vehicle, is designed with the engine of a Kubota and the heart of a farmer. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find a dealer near you.
It was a strong start to the NCAA tournament for both Michigan and Michigan State last night. Top-seeded Michigan rolled past Howard 101-80, whereas Johnson Jr. led the way with 21 points and 10 rebounds on a perfect shooting night, while Adeyemere added 19 points, 7 boards, and 6 assists. The Wolverines pulled away in the second half to secure their 32nd win of the season, and now move on to face St. Louis in the second round, which is at noon, an 11:30 pregame show on Newstalk Sports 94.9 WSJM. Michigan State also advanced in dominant fashion, beating North Dakota State 92-67. Carson Cooper had a big night with 20 points and 10 rebounds, while Cohen Carr added 17. Jeremy Fears Jr. struggled to score with just 7 points, but still dished out 11 assists, as the Spartans continue their impressive tournament consistency under Tom Izzo. They'll face 6th in Louisville Saturday at 2:45, a 1:30 pregame show on Cozy Classic Hits 103.7. In the NBA, the Detroit Pistons picked up a 117-95 win over Washington, powered by Jalen Durant's 24 points and 11 rebounds. Detroit dominated inside, outscoring the Wizards 66-26 in the paint. However, the big story is the loss of all-star guard Cade Cunningham. He's being diagnosed with a collapsed lung and is expected to miss at least 2 weeks. A major blow as the Pistons sit atop the Eastern Conference. Cleveland beat Chicago 115-110. James Harden had 36 points, and Evan Mobley added 26. Cavs held off a late Bulls rally. Tonight, Golden State visits Detroit. In the NHL, the Red Wings topped Montreal 3-1. Alex DeBrincat scored the go-ahead goal late in the third period and added 2 assists, while John Gibson made 32 saves in the net. The Blackhawks beat Minnesota 2-1. Connor Bedard scored, and Spencer Knight stopped 28 shots as the Blackhawks stopped a 7-year winless streak against the Wild. And in high school sports, girls basketball, Brandywine season comes to an end in the Division III semifinals with a 51-33 loss to Jackson Lumen Christi at the Breslin Center. As spring sports get underway on the pitch, St. Joe beat Zeeland West 4-1 in girls soccer. Sally Shelby had 2 goals for the Bears. In baseball, South Haven beat Michigan Lutheran 12-2. And in girls tennis, St. Joe shut out Berrien Springs 8-0. The rest of the scores from last night and the schedules for today's games are on this station's website. With your morning sports for Friday, March 20th, I'm Dave Wolf.
50 years as a local business. That's quite an accomplishment. At Creative Landscaping and Design, we have achieved 5 decades as a local, family-owned professional company with a focus on the outdoors, creating trustworthy relationships with our customers, employees, and community. Thank you, Southwest Michigan, for your partnership and support for 50 years and for many more years to come. Learn more about us at creativelandscapinginc.com. Creative Landscaping and Design, creating landscapes for life.
Traffic was backed up for miles. 3 lanes crowded down to 1. An accident with multiple vehicles and 2 semi-trucks. Someone heard the deputy say, "We need the big tow trucks." That's when they called Hassey's Towing. Their fleet of trucks can tow just about anything, from small cars to double-trailer semis. Hassey's has the equipment and the know-how. For over 66 years, Hassey's Towing, the most trusted and reliable towing service in Southwest Michigan.
On Friday, March 6th, tornadoes tore through Cass, St. Joseph, and Branch counties, killing 4 people, injuring dozens more, and destroying homes and businesses across our region. Right now, families are displaced, neighbors are in shock, and communities that were whole just days ago are trying to figure out what comes next. United Way of Southwest Michigan has activated the Southwest Michigan Cares Fund, and we need your help. Every dollar donated to this emergency fund goes directly to supporting recovery efforts in the communities hit hardest by these storms. We're working alongside our sister United Way agencies across the region to make sure resources get to the people who need them most. If you can give, please give today. Visit southwestmichigancares.com to make your donation. And if you or someone you know needs assistance, dial 211. Southwest Michigan has always shown up for its neighbors. Now's our chance to do it again. Help tornado relief efforts so we can get donations where they are needed most. Visit southwestmichigancares.com.
Hi, this is Ken Kosminski from the Buck Burgers and Brew in St. Joseph, Michigan. Being in the restaurant industry, we appreciate how hard hospitality workers work. We are offering a special deal on Mondays for all people in the hospitality industry. Come on down to the Buck on Mondays, and if you work in the hospitality industry, you'll get 20% off on your purchases. You can also use your VIP cards and earn additional points. So come on down to St. Joe. We're looking forward to seeing you at the Buck Burgers and Brew.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit information kit. 800-909-9696. 800-909-9696.
Partly cloudy skies today. Brief shower or sprinkle possible. High temperatures near the lakeshore will stay in the low 50s. Inland, we could hit a few spots near 60 degrees, but we will see temperatures drop this afternoon. We'll drop down to 37 overnight tonight, and then tomorrow, a mix of the sun and clouds. High temperatures near 60. A few spots inland could get up to 65. I'm WSBT 22 Chief Meteorologist Carrie Peugeot.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
Coming up on 7:43 at WSJM, I'm Zack in for Ken this week. As you heard Carrie Peugeot there saying we've got a pretty nice spring day for us with 47 in Benton Harbor, 45 in St. Joe, 47 in Niles and South Haven as well. We've been talking with our friends from the Krasl Art Center. Tami and Jamie are here with us today. We've talked Krasl Art Fair on the Bluff. We touched a bit on what goes on at the Krasl Art Center itself, and also touched a bit, too, on the Richard Hunt Center, which became a gift from Richard Hunt and his foundation to the Krasl Art Center, and is now just a fantastically large building that is in need of quite a bit of care. So, Tami, we were talking about that just a little bit, but to give people an idea, we said we've got there's a lot of work to be done in that building, that it is bigger in physical square space than the actual Krasl Art Center. But really, there weren't a lot of public events going on at the Richard Hunt Center in Benton Harbor in the Arts District for many years.
For many years.
Yeah.
It's been fascinating, Zach. Actually, we've been going through old paperwork and ephemera that's been related to the studio. And Richard took that studio in 1995, and it was part of a program through Cornerstone Alliance called Community Renewal Through the Arts. And so he moved into that building as one of the seeds of the Arts District as we know it today. And he's a Chicago-based artist, known throughout the world, had connections here, friends here, and moved to this area and took a second satellite studio in that space. So it has a fascinating history, and it wasn't always quiet. In the 90s and the early 2000s, I'm finding all these great photographs of dinner parties and receptions and people on the sidewalks and people inside the studio. And so there was a lot of life in that studio. And frankly, Richard was aging, and I would say, it has been quiet for a while now. So we are excited, and it's his desire that we bring some life back into that building.
It is a fantastic gift just looking at it. I know that folks have probably seen it from the outside for many years. And at the moment, we can't let a lot of people inside because, again, it's got a lot of work to be done to get it up to code and then get it up to public use. But what are, with this history that Richard has had, and in leaving this gift to the Krasl, what is sort of the vision that he's, or at least his family has portrayed as to what should be done with that property? Because it's going to be a great community outreach piece and a great community center, especially for the Arts District in Benton Harbor as a whole, right?
Absolutely. And I did have the really great honor of talking with Richard for a couple of years about that legacy and about the building in Benton Harbor. And he just, like I said, he really wanted it to continue on in the arts. He wanted it to be a place for innovation, a place for sculpture, a place for the community to come together. And he would say to me, just keep it in the arts. Just make it, open it up, put some life back into it. So we want to do that. And we have this really unique opportunity because there is the Richard Hunt Legacy Foundation, which is looking at Richard's legacy writ large across the world. And I think that we have a really unique opportunity here to tell the story of Richard as an artist, what inspired him, what he was doing as an art student when he was young. The Richard Hunt Trust has shared with us several artifacts of process pieces and materials and how he did his work. And so I think we're going to have not the pristine 50 sculptures by Richard Hunt in a gallery, but what we're going to have instead is a look at who he was as an artist. We're going to have books that he collected. We're going to have pieces of African art that he collected as an artist because he was inspired by those shapes and forms. So I think it's going to be a really unique and one-of-a-kind story that we're going to be able to tell about him in that space, which is really exciting.
That is really exciting. And we should probably remind people, Richard's legacy in this area is more than just having that studio space. There are plenty of sculptures that people pass by every day in Southwest Michigan and may not know. Those were from him.
Absolutely. So if you're down at the pier at Silver Beach, we have Andrew C's, which is, his tallest sculpture that we're aware of, beautifully looking over the canal and the lake. If you go by Corwell, you're going to see a sculpture by Richard up front on their property. If you come to the Krasl, we have a gateway piece you can walk under and sit on the edges of and interact with. And I like to say that his studio is his artwork that he is giving to Benton Harbor.
It truly is. I'm glad we got the chance to talk about this because the moment that I hopped on the board, I was super excited to see this project just kind of fling forward, and it seems like the community has been like incredibly excited about it too. And we hope that that also comes true in the sense that there are people that will be hopefully part of it in those community conversations that take place as time goes on. But we actually had community conversations with people in the community back in 2024 and 25 to kind of discuss what, community classes or studio space, what do you want to see in that space? And so there's really true community ownership for that building.
There is. And obviously that is an ongoing task. And I don't even want to say task, it's an ongoing relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
But in 24 and 25, we sent people out to talk to people at Juneteenth. We sent people out to Blossom Time. We had people do surveys in front of Meyer in Benton Harbor, just asking people what they wanted to see. Had they heard of Richard? Had they heard of the studio? What do they want in their community, even if they've heard of none of those things, right? What do they want? And what we heard from the community is that they wanted to those cultural opportunities, but they wanted them combined with skill building. So we've been talking a lot about pathways to the arts and pathways to the trades, and how do we combine the two? And I think with Richard's legacy of welding, there is a really clear path forward on that. We also heard that people want places for their families to go to together. And we're really excited to create a destination that is uniquely in Benton Harbor as well.
And we're fundraising to help get there, because that is a reality.
Yes, we are.
Yeah. It's a reality of trying to redo an entire building and put it into the space you want it to be, as you've described, and what the community sees. So if folks are interested in seeing how they can help from a monetary or later on volunteer standpoint, what do they do, Tami?
Well, we do have an active campaign this year, and it's called Open the Doors in 2026. So that goal of that campaign is to raise $250,000. We're about halfway there already, so into the first quarter of the year. So we're feeling good, but we have more to do. And they can go to either krasl.org or give us a call at Krasl. It's on our website. It's available to donate there. The Richard Hunt Studio Center has its own website as well, richardhuntstudiocenter.org. So all of the information is also on that website. So through Krasl, through the Hunt Studios website is where people can find out more information and links to give.
Fantastic. We'll wrap up here with the Krasl Art Center folks in just a bit, talk about some more of the events that will be coming up in a little while as well. It is coming up on 7:51 at WSJM.
Rich Brand and Tara Causey from Insurance Management Service, your local auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and Niles, know it means something to have peace of mind knowing your insurance is taken care of.
I want to just tell my clients thank you. That's why I come to work every day, establishing those relationships and feeling like I'm an important part of their business. They're counting on me to make sure that this asset of theirs is covered properly. And if something goes wrong, they've got peace of mind of knowing it's going to be taken care of.
Tarek and I, we love going to work every day. There's Sunday afternoons. It's like, man, I'm glad that Monday morning's only a couple of hours away. I can't wait to get back to work. And we enjoy the people that we work with in our office, and we enjoy the clients that we work with each and every day. We get excited every day about doing insurance in Berrien County in Southwest Michigan.
IMS, an auto owner's insurance agency in St. Joseph and in Niles.
We're watching over you. IMS Insurance Management Service.
IMS is proud to partner with Auto Owners Insurance.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
Are you tired of slow, unreliable satellite internet? We have some great news. A better internet solution is here. Midwest Energy and Communications is bringing its fast, reliable fiber internet to rural southern Michigan. Learn, play, work, and game online with no slowdowns, throttling, or interruptions. Plus, every package includes a free Wi-Fi router, unlimited data, parental controls, and automatic hacker blocking. Explore packages and check your eligibility today at teammidwest.com. teammidwest.com.
The Morning Show with Ken and Friends on 94.9 WSJM.
It is 7:53 here at WSJM. I'm Zack in for Ken this week. And Carrie Peugeot at Channel 22 says we have a 20% chance of light rain showers. Otherwise, mostly cloudy and 60 today. We'll get the full forecast from her coming up inside the 8 o'clock hour. We're joined by the fantastic folks from the Krasl Art Center. Jamie and Tami are here. We've been talking about all sorts of subjects related to the Art Center and the Richard Hunt Center, the Krasl Art Fair in the Bluff. And there are a few more events that are coming up here within the months of April and May. Or whatever other month I'm in. I don't know where I am and what time it is and what day and everything else, but I'm pretty sure April and May are coming up. There's other stuff happening, right, Jamie?
Yeah, there is. We're really excited. Our guild is doing a first ever Mother's Day flower pot sale. And the guild, they're so talented, and they're making pots right now. So you can come and either get a decorated pot, you can come and decorate a pot, and you can also fill that pot with flowers. And
nice.
That'll take place on Saturday, April 25th from 10 to 2. And Ben's Pretzels will be there in the parking lot. So you can make a day of it. You know, I picture Dad grabbing his little ones and bringing them to Krasl, grabbing a pot, you know, having a snack. And the really cool thing is with our new print lab, you can also go inside and make a card for Mom too.
Oh, nice.
So one-stop shop, you can take care of Mom. And what's cool is the guild has wanted to do this for years now. Pete from our guild, he's like, I've had this vision for years now, and we're making it happen. So I'm really looking forward to that. So that'll be Saturday, April 25th.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And then Pechakucha just had an event at the Box Factory, but there's a May edition coming up,
so
right?
our May edition of Pechakucha is May 21st. For the first time ever, we're going to be down at Shadowland Ballroom, which they are doing some upgrades and some refreshing of that room. So we'll be one of the first few events down in that refreshed ballroom or room. But Pechakucha is always awesome. It's always just a great night of great storytelling. So we'll be there on May 21st at 7 p.m.
And that has its own Facebook page. I suggest folks follow that. I've done one before.
You did great.
I feel like to this day, I'm still like, I think deeply about that night because it was really stepping outside of even my comfort zone. But once I did it, you're right. I really it really was joyful. It was awesome. I really enjoyed it.
It's more fun than people are like, speak in front of others. No. But it's fun. I've done several and they're fun.
They are fun. So I hope folks get the chance to be part of that. Krasl.org is the website, and plenty of other information to be had as time goes on here, especially as we get closer to the art fair. Jamie, Tami, thanks so much for being in. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, Zack.
Absolutely. We are coming up on ABC News at the top of the hour here, plus local news with Andrew Green in just a bit as well. And we'll also get a check of sports with NCAA March Madness and our two Michigan teams that are moving forward. He'll have details on that, and we'll be into next hour here with plenty more on WSJM.
For the month of March, we're shining a spotlight on local nonprofit organizations. Maureen Adams from Berrien County Veteran Services.
Short and sweet, we're advocates for veterans. We are here to help